You are in the middle of escalations and firefighting, and now your customer says, you need Automotive SPICE. And you ask yourself, will it help or just increase paperwork? In the next few minutes, I'll show you 7 solid reasons to take a decision. And stay until the end, because I'll show you data from a new study about Automotive SPICE costs and team acceptance. This result alone can completely change the way you think about Automotive SPICE. I'm Giuseppe, I'm a Principal Assessor and Instructor in Automotive SPICE. Let's dive in. Reason number 1. Automotive SPICE helps you manage software complexity. Let's understand this better. In 2010, a car had about 100 million lines of code. Today, connected vehicles can reach up to 650 million. For comparison, Microsoft Office has about 45 million. Now imagine that your car has 500 million lines of code. How many defects per 1000 lines of code would you tolerate? Even just 0.01 defects per 1000 lines would result in about 5,000 defects. This is enough to compromise vehicles' quality. For this reason, car makers demand high quality. End users experience complexity as more software failures, more recall, hardware-software compatibility issues, like for example, a new software is not running on an old hardware. Users don't trust cars with low quality and just walk away. And now there are your engineers on the supplier side. They experience complexity in a variety of ways. Typically, multiple teams work on the same project under all kinds of pressure, both in terms of resources and time. Under these conditions, engineers take shortcuts. Let's look into the V model to understand this better. They don't document all requirements, they have little or poor software architecture and software detail design. They mainly rely on testing and good luck. But this approach doesn't work. It only creates risks and technical debt. Technical debt is the price you pay tomorrow for today's shortcuts. For example, over time your code becomes difficult to extend and maintain. Change requests become unpredictable because you don't fully understand what needs to be changed. Technical debt finally compromises your business. You have to be aware of this. If a software requirement is missing, no test can save you. If the software architecture is not available or faulty, you cannot properly test all interfaces. If test cases are incomplete, you won't find defects. And remember this, the later you find a defect in your project, the higher the cost you will have to pay. This concept is known as cost acceleration. This is why Automotive SPICE focuses on having reviewed and approved software requirements before they are processed. Reviewed and approved software architecture and software detail design before you write your code. Of course, reviewed code. Reviewed test cases before they are executed. Full traceability across all levels to ensure completeness and correctness. In this way, you get high quality, maintainable code. Automotive SPICE also supports 2 proven strategies to increase efficiency and effectiveness: front-loading and shift-left. Front-loading is about being proactive, finding problems early in the schedule. You put more effort in the early phases of your project to have better results later. For example, you recognize that you lack capacity and solve the problem before the delivery gets delayed. Shift-left is about finding issues as soon as possible in a development cycle, not during testing or even worse after release. This results in less bugs and less bug fix releases. Both approaches cut risks, costs and reworks. Why is this so important? It's important because today working code alone is not enough. Automotive SPICE helps you get high quality, maintainable code, for example, software that is easier to extend, reduce risks, defect and test effort, improve reusability of your software, keep your deliveries predictable. So this is your takeaway number 1. Automotive SPICE helps reduce chaos in complex automotive software. It helps your team find issues early, avoid costly reworks, and deliver high-quality software now and in the future with more predictability. Let's go to the reason number 2, that is managing distributed development. Modern software is often too complex for one project to build alone. Therefore, development is spread across multiple organizations. The car makers define architecture, integrate systems, and deliver vehicles. Tier 1 suppliers, they provide major subsystems like ADAS, infotainment or powertrain. Tier 2 and 3 suppliers, they provide components, software libraries, chips, sensors, etc. OEM themselves can act both as a customer and supplier, delivering software that needs to be integrated. Every time that you have an interface between two stakeholders, there is a risk that something goes wrong because the complexity of the supply chain increases. I'm talking about organizational and contractual complexity and system integration complexity. More software means more stakeholders, means more potential failures. Indeed, these are the most important pain points. Each supplier owns only a part of the system. No one owns the full picture. Requirements, specification and test cases must be shared across tools and teams. Misaligned expectations or miscommunication cause delays and costly rework. Version conflicts and gaps in system-level testing are common. Integration becomes the bottleneck because connecting multiple black box systems is hard. Late problems are very expensive. Testing and validation can consume up to 40% of development costs. In short, as software grows, the effect of complexity amplifies through different stakeholders and interfaces. Automotive SPICE helps you setting a common process framework. All partners follow the same procedures for requirement, design, testing and integration. The result, the interfaces become more predictable. Automotive SPICE requires traceability, and traceability ensures that every interface is defined, reviewed, and verified. The result? Fewer integration failures. Automotive SPICE requires change management and configuration management. Changes are reviewed, tracked, and synchronized across teams. Baselines are shared. The result? Fewer version mismatches and fewer regression failures. Automotive SPICE requires early and continuous quality assurance. Quality assurance happens at every stage: requirements, design, coding and testing. Problems are found early before they affect other teams or the customer. The result? Lower defect costs and less integration stress. So this is your takeaway number 2. Automotive SPICE doesn't reduce the amount of software. Instead, it reduces the chaos caused by distributed multi-company development, lowering integration risks, reducing defects, and saving time and costs. The reason number 3 is about meeting project targets in time, spec, budget, and quality. In automotive software development, there is a constant tension between time, specification, budget, and quality that is called the magic quadrangle. A change in one corner will affect the others. For example, if you reduce your time, costs increase, or you have to deliver fewer features, or you have to lower the quality. If you add new features, you need more time or more budget, or you will increase defects. If you cut your costs, you will have slower delivery of fewer features, or you have to lower the quality. The challenges today are shorter development cycles, increasing complex functionalities, constant pressure to save costs, and as a result, quality often suffers. This is why Automotive SPICE at capability level 2 becomes critical. Automotive SPICE helps you define clear process performance objectives. These are the targets that must be achieved in every single process, and to specify strategies to meet them. Automotive SPICE requires effort estimation and resource planning. Automotive SPICE ensures that teams are trained and prepared, and interfaces between stakeholders properly managed. The result? Bottlenecks are visible early, typically these are resources, projects become more predictable, and risks are controlled. But it doesn't stop here. Automotive SPICE also requires independent quality assurance. The quality engineer operates independently from project management. This ensures that quality targets are defined, tracked, and achieved, even under time and cost pressure. And this is your takeaway number 3. Automotive SPICE level 2 turns the magic quadrangle from a source of stress into a manageable, predictable process. It helps projects meet time, budget, and feature targets without sacrificing quality, making risks visible and controllable. Let's go to reason number 4, achieving compliance and business success. Car makers need reliable suppliers. These are essential for delivering vehicles on time, budget, and with high quality. Often, a car maker will work with multiple suppliers for the same ECU or component. Why? Because if one supplier becomes unavailable, a second supplier can ensure continuous deliveries. This redundancy is critical for mitigating risks in a complex supply chain. So these suppliers work on the same product at the same time, under the same requirements and facing the same time pressure. Over time, this approach shows a clear pattern. Suppliers with better processes consistently deliver higher quality. This becomes visible in measurable ways, such as fewer software defects, fewer bug fix releases, better integration with other systems. This has a direct impact on business decisions, as car makers want to work with the best suppliers. Automotive SPICE was created for this purpose, to assess and rate suppliers objectively based on the capability of their processes. Projects are evaluated and scored, providing car makers with a clear picture of supplier reliability and quality. A poor rating reflects low process maturity and can lead to poor supplier evaluations. In many cases, consistently low ratings can endanger a supplier's business. Compliance with Automotive SPICE is therefore not just a formality, it is essential for ensuring high-quality products, maintaining reliable supply chains, protecting the business relationships between car makers and suppliers. In short, strong processes lead to better quality, predictable deliveries, and business success. And this is your takeaway number 4. Automotive SPICE turns compliance into a business advantage. It helps suppliers deliver high-quality software more consistently, keep their supply chains reliable, and build stronger relationships with OEMs. Let's go now to the reason number 5, learning from the past. Suppliers and organizations want to learn from their past. They aim to avoiding repeating the same mistakes over and over again, share knowledge across different projects, reuse software components, documents, and best practices wherever possible. But this is only possible if processes are standardized and well documented. Without standard processes, every new project starts from the scratch. Mistakes increase and work takes longer. This is exactly why many suppliers and organizations strive to achieve Automotive SPICE capability level 3. At this level, process standardization is required. Processes are defined, documented, and applied consistently across all projects. Lessons learned are used to improve processes. Best practices, templates, and reusable software components are systematically shared. For car makers, suppliers with standardized processes are less risky. They can rely on these suppliers because process maturity reduces variability in performance from one project to the next. The likelihood of surprises, delays, or quality issues decreases. Trust is established. It's not based on luck, but on proved, repeatable processes. And it is your takeaway number 5. Automotive SPICE Level 3 turns experience into repeatable success. It helps suppliers learn from their past, standardize their processes, and deliver predictable, high-quality results every time. Now let's go to the reason number 6. Automotive SPICE supports the implementation of ISO 26262 and the ISO 21434. Automotive SPICE improves software quality and process maturity, and it also makes implementing critical standards easier, like ISO 26262 for functional safety and ISO 21434 for cybersecurity. Let's look how Automotive SPICE helps. Automotive SPICE defines what needs to be done, like writing requirements, testing, change management, etc. Automotive SPICE leaves the how flexible. You choose your tools, methods, templates, and lifecycle approaches. This flexibility allows processes to be tailored to your team's technology and context. ISO 26262 and ISO 21434, on the other hand, they also define how requirements. For example, if a component is rated ASIL D, ISO 26262 mandates a technical safety inspection as a part of the review process. Similarly, ISO 21434 specifies particular cybersecurity practices for risk analysis, testing, or verification. Therefore, Automotive SPICE and ISO standards complement each other. Standardized processes ensure that all steps, reviews, and checks are performed consistently. Documentation and traceability simplify ISO assessments and audits. Risk management, quality assurance, and change control processes are aligned with safety and cybersecurity goals. And this is your takeaway number 6. Automotive SPICE makes compliance with functional safety, ISO 26262, and cybersecurity, ISO 21434, practical and efficient by providing processes, traceability, and alignment with safety and security goals. Let's go now to reason number 7, return on investment and team satisfaction. Many managers worry that implementing Automotive SPICE will increase costs and reduce team satisfaction. Engineers may seem to spend more time on documentation without clear benefits, but the facts tell a different story. A study by Intax conducted between 2022 and 2024 shows that the return on investment is good 40%, very good 7%, or neutral 40%, while losses are only about 12%. And this study also shows that over 60% of team members are satisfied or very satisfied with Automotive SPICE, while only 12% are dissatisfied. This is truly an impressive result, showing that Automotive SPICE can deliver both business value and team satisfaction, a rare combination in process improvement initiatives. If you want to learn more about this very nice study, visit the homepage of Intax. I'll leave you a link in the description below. And this is your takeaway number 7. Automotive SPICE delivers real business value and higher team satisfaction. It's a process improvement that pays off financially and makes your engineers happier. So let's put all things together. We have seen 7 solid reasons why Automotive SPICE truly matters. It helps you manage software complexity. It gives you a framework for managing distributed development, keeping teams aligned no matter where they are. It supports you in meeting project targets on time, on spec and on budget, and with the quality your customer expects. Automotive SPICE plays a role in achieving compliance and enabling real business success. It allows projects to learn from the past and previous projects. It supports the implementation of ISO 26262 and ISO 21434. And finally, Automotive SPICE increases efficiency and reduces costs, while increasing the team satisfaction. To sum it up, Automotive SPICE gives you control, predictability, compliance, efficiency, and a stronger engineering culture, all at the same time. That's why the highest performing suppliers in the automotive industry take it seriously. If you find this overview useful, give it a like and share it with your colleagues or partners who are navigating the same challenges. Understanding Automotive SPICE makes your organization stronger. Thanks for watching and arrivederci.